Marahay na aldaw sa Indogabos. Good morning. I'm Dr. Ernie Vivera, Regional Director of the Department of Health, Bicol Center for Health Development. It is my pleasure to share with you all our experiences and efforts towards achieving universal health care. We have truly come a long way since the enactment of Universal Health Care Act or UHC Act and the signing of the implementing rules and regulations in 2019. Still, despite the considerable gains that we have accomplished, the progressive realization of UHC remains a substantial challenge, especially though that COVID-19 continues to challenge our healthcare system. Considering this, the Department of Health exerts its utmost effort to accelerate universal health care. In this session, we will talk about how is the implementation of UHC in the Bicol region, our progress and accomplishment this year, and plans for the next months to come. In Bicol, there are 3 advanced implementation sites, or IS, as we call them: Catanduanes, Masbate, and Sorsogon. These provinces committed themselves to adopt a comprehensive approach to health development, which shall endeavor to integrate the existing local health systems into province-wide health system. The UHC Act introduced major reforms and important changes in the Philippine healthcare system. If we share the same visions, understand its provisions, and contribute to the works UHC entail, we will be able to realize the impact of better health outcomes, financial risk protection, and health systems responsiveness. To progressively realize universal health care and achieve greater efficiency in our health care system, there is a need to delineate roles among stakeholders. The local government units and the DOH are expected to be the main implementers of the integration. The LGUs shall act as the lead implementers of the integration, including the monitoring of its status, while the DOH shall serve as the provider of needed technical and financial support. We work hand in hand to usher in this reform. To give you a brief know-how of the implementation of UHC in Bicol, I will be presenting the general framework. We, the LGUs and the DOH follow. The DOH crafted the local health system's maturity level, or what we call as the LHSML, which directs us the necessary performance tasks needed for UHC. This tool outlines the deliverables that must be met in the integration, which are divided into 3 levels of progress for us to determine the status of integration. The capacity needs still to be met, and the assistance essential to make UHC work. The preparatory level covers the preparatory works and other supporting mechanisms needed for the integration. The organizational level covers the tasks that are important for organization and management of the integrated LHS. Other UHC Act reforms that have effects on the integration are also included under this level. And the functional level, which covers monitoring mechanisms to determine the functionality of the integrated management support systems. These mostly include measurement of quantitative performance indicators and submission of reports. These levels will be further elaborated to you later in the next slides. Furthermore, the LHSML is disaggregated into the 6 health systems building blocks as identified by the World Health Organization. The building blocks include 1. Leadership and governance. Number 2, financing. Number 3, health workforce. Number 4, information. Number 5, medical products, vaccines, and technology. And number 6 is service delivery. Catanduanes, Masbate, and Sorsogon will be evaluated in the first 6 years from the enactment of UHC law, with the first 3 years focusing on managerial integration And the next 3 years on financial integration. Our objective this year, 2021, is to achieve the preparatory level in LHSML. As we are still within the first 3 years of enactment of the law, we embark to lay down the foundation to introduce major reforms in our healthcare system. We commit to managerially and technically integrate by, number one, legislating the commitment to local health system integration through ordinance to be issued by the LGUs. Number two, unify governance of local health systems. Number three, ensure a functional referral system. Number four, functional disaster risk reduction in management in health. Number five, functional epidemiological surveillance systems. Number six, pursue a proactive and effective health promotion programs or campaigns. And number seven, integrate management systems, which include strategic investment planning, that is the local investment plan for health, information management, health human resource management system, procurement and supply chain management system, quality assurance or improvement system, and financing. As I said earlier, all efforts are directed to prioritize the preparatory level for this year. This level of phase 1 entails getting the commitment by securing the legal and the political support of the LGUs to integrate their local health systems and formalize the LGU commitment to collaborate with other LGUs. Setting the baseline by conducting a thorough assessment on the state of local health system, which also include the identification of the presence of geographically isolated and disadvantaged areas. Planning development with approved local investment plan for health and annual operational plan. Organizing and strengthening policies and technical management, such as the addition of members to the provincial health board and creation of its management support unit. Establishment of at least 2 technical divisions in the provincial health office. Creation of the technical management committee as deemed necessary. And lastly, the creation of special health fund. We also extend our work this year to start with the organizational level for the phase 2. Among the 4 listed works under this level, we begin working on the establishment of the network of health facilities and services and assist in the implementation of policies, plans, manuals, and other mechanisms for the organization of the integrated management support systems. I will now be presenting the activities we did for this year. First and foremost, we reconstituted a team behind the implementation of the UHC at the regional level. At the start of the year, we designated additional staffs to increase efficiency in the implementation. Each building block have designated point person. They are assigned to oversee the provision of technical assistance and assist each person or unit heads who are in charge to achieve the characteristics of the building blocks. I will be presenting our activities and accomplishments according to the 6 building blocks of LHSML. First, in the leadership and governance building block. Characteristics, unified governance of the local health system. Letter A, the DOH facilitated the signing of Memorandum of Understanding among the provincial government, DOH and PhilHealth. Its MOU of the integration sites are already transmitted to the DOH Central Office for signing of Secretary Duque. This will then be transmitted to PhilHealth President and CEO's signature. Letter B, the DOH Bicol CSD UHC Program Management Unit crafted a template memorandum of agreement among primary healthcare facilities and ancillary services. Letter C, the integration sites in the region are already expanding the composition of their provincial health board. In addition to the existing composition of the provincial health board, as specified under the LGU code, the health board shall also include representatives from indigenous cultural communities or indigenous people as applicable. We have also released a regional memorandum circular enjoining the integration sites to create 2 divisions in the provincial health office. The Health Service Delivery Division, headed by an assistant provincial health officer, and the Health System Support Division, headed by another official in the province or city of equivalent rank. We also coordinated with the Department of Budget and Management Regional Office and Civil Service Commission to inquire on the plantilla positions needed for the 2 divisions in the PHO. The responses of these 2 agencies enabled us to clarify to our integration sites their concerns. B, we also released regional memorandum circular on the creation of management support unit in the provincial health board. Letter C, the signing of terms of partnership between the provincial government, the Department of Health CSD Bicol was done to legalize partnership and cooperation in the implementation of health programs. Letter D, we also provided templates of executive orders and Sangguniang resolutions and other policies for them to adopt and use as references. Still on leadership and governance, building block, but on characteristics entitled Strategic Investment Planning, the Department of Health conducted letter A, virtual orientation on local health systems maturity level among the Department of Health representatives of its provinces. This reorientation emphasized their roles in contributing to the implementation of UHC. Letter B, we also reviewed the local investment plan for health and facilitated its adoption as the strategic and investment plan of the province-wide health system. Other plans such as the annual operational plan and fund utilization of the province for health were reviewed. We ensured that these plans are aligned to the LHSML. On the financing block, we invited PhilHealth Bicol to a roundtable meeting and discussion last March 17 this year to discuss updates on the implementation of UHC and on the newly then released guidelines on the use of the special fund. The Regional Vice President of PhilHealth Region 5, along with their Chief of Health, Care Delivery, and Management Division, and the Chief of the Operations Division attended the said meeting. Letter B, we also did an orientation on Special Health Fund to all local chief executives and health officers of municipalities of the integration site last May 21, 2021. The UHC Program Manager, assisted by the Accounting Section Head, and the Regional Vice President of PhilHealth Region 5 served as resource speakers. All DOH offices and provincial health offices were requested to prepare their work and financial plans, anchored on the LHSML. Funds specific for UHC were provided to them. We also granted funds to the non-integration sites to encourage them to start integration steps for UHC. On the human resource block, letter A, we released a regional circular enjoining primary health workers to enroll to the DOH online orientation on UHC and primary care workers' competencies. These are free courses, are available at the DOH Learning Academy website. This platform enabled them to have a comprehensive understanding on UHC and equip them to qualify to the standards that a primary care worker must have. Letter B, corollary to this, another circular was disseminated detailing the provision of provisional certificate for primary care workers for UHC. For this year, 2021, this certification is a requirement to ensure competency of our human resource and quality service needed in the healthcare provided network. Letter C. The DOH Bicol also provided the matrix for the National Database for Human Health Resource Information System, which enable us to automate processes and provide an accurate data on the number of health human resource in the country. Letter D. A joint administrative order with DOH and the Professional Regulations Committee entitled Guidelines on the Establishment, Utilization, and Maintenance of the National Health Workforce Registry was also cascaded to the provinces. On the information block, information management system in particular. Letter A, we conducted a consultative meeting on telemedicine for UHC last June 18, 2021. This meeting with the Knowledge Management Information and Technology Service of the Department of Health Central Office. Letter B, we also disseminated another joint administrative order with DOH and the PhilHealth on the guidelines on the implementation and maintenance of an integrated health information system. On epidemiology and surveillance data characteristics. Letter A, there have been trainings on basic epidemiology among DOH representatives and LGU staff. We also released an advisory reminding all hospitals to have public health units. This is preparation for the establishment of healthcare providers network. In addition to this, the COVID-19 assessment tool being used by LGU to monitor their COVID-19 response requires mandatory checking of the epidemiology and surveillance unit of its province, city, and municipality. On the medical products, vaccines, and technology block, a consultative meeting with provincial and municipal health officers was conducted to discuss about the finalization of the issuance on the creation of Pharmacy and Therapeutics Committee for primary health care. Letter B, 2 trainings on pharmaceutical supply chain management were done. These were attended by the provincial and the municipal health officers and other LGU staffs. Letter C, the pharmaceutical division of the region also incorporated in the regular pharmaceutical unit quarterly meeting, the LHS-SML. An orientation was done among the HRH pharmacists and public health associates and administrative assistants assigned in the LGUs to discuss their role in UHC. And letter D, a consultative meeting with supply chain management section of the Department of Health Central Office was done as DOH Bicol requested the sharing of the Pharmaceutical Management Information System, or the PMIS, being used by DOH to the LGUs so that they would not anymore create a new automated information system to monitor the supplies. Letter E, luckily, the request was approved and thus allowed us to facilitate an orientation on pharmaceutical management information system. Letter F, templates of resolutions or executive orders and reference materials were also crafted and cascaded within the region, such as the Regional Administrative Order number 2021-005 entitled The Adoption for Use and Creation of Guidelines on Pharmaceutical Supply, Chain Management in Primary Healthcare Facilities. On the service delivery block, first characteristic was the referral system. Letter A template MOA among primary healthcare facilities and Apex Hospital was drafted by the DOH Bicol's UHC Program Management Unit. This shall be cascaded to the integration site once finalized. Letter B, we also crafted the Bicol Regional Healthcare Provider Network Referral Guidelines, a manual to guide all health facilities in the operationalization of the referral system. Letter C, in addition to this, we crafted the Bicol Regional Healthcare Provider Network Directory, which shall be also be disseminated to all health facilities. All necessary information of a health facility, its head or person in charge, contact details, and service that can be availed are aggregated to help health workers refer and navigate the patient within the network efficiently and cost effectively. Letter D, we reiterated the need to establish public health units in every hospital and the request for the contact information of the assigned point person in the unit. Letter E, we also conduct orientation on the regulation of PCF. This orientation is done to its provinces, attended by the licensing officer of the Regulation Licensing and Enforcement Division, UHC Program Management Unit / Accreditation Officer of PhilHealth, and representatives of primary care health facilities. Still on the service delivery block, second characteristics, disaster risk reduction and management in health, or as we call it, DRRM-H. Letter A, trainings on the DRRM-H were done to LGUs. Letter B, an orientation on the institutionalization of DRRM-H in province-wide health systems was also done. Here, we discussed the LHS-ML indicators for the DRRM-H. In conjunction to this, we conducted a separate orientation on its monitoring and evaluation tool. Letter D, we also disseminate other sample documents, guides, templates that the integration sites can be used for localization. And lastly, in the service delivery block, third characteristic, health promotions and campaign. Letter A, orientations on health promotions and campaign, part of the LHSML, were conducted among UHC regional core team, DOH representatives, and UHC implementers of the implementation site, such as the provincial health officers and health promotion officers. A 2-day workshop meetings on LHS playbook implementation were done to guide the LGU in the adoption of the TOSEM playbook. An orientation on health promotion framework strategy, a manual of procedures was also conducted. Letter D, we also disseminate templates, presentations, and other references that the LGU can use, such as the regional advisory entitled Health Promotion Playbook modules and creation of local health promotion committees. Part of all these initiatives are the regular operations, monitoring, and evaluation being conducted here in our region. Letter A, the UHC Program Management Unit conducts daily operational meeting to ensure effective and efficient technical and financial assistance to all our provinces, especially to our 3 integration sites. Letter B, we also conduct quarterly LHML meeting amongst the UHC regional core team and the UHC implementers of the integration sites. Progress on integration are reported by the Provincial Health Office and updates on the assistance to be provided to them from the DOH are also presented. Letter C, the DOH also calls for consultative meeting between the divisions of the Central Office and the DOH Center for Health Development to discuss updates specific to the LHML building blocks and characteristics. This meeting provides inputs to the issues and concerns experienced by the implementers and help them clarify the next steps to undertake. We make sure that all implementers grasp well the UHC implementation. Along with the implementation, we attend classes entitled the UHC Implementers course. There are 27 participants from Bicol region, 2 representatives from the UHC integration sites, 2 from the provincial DOH offices, the UHC core team, and a representative from PhilHealth. This course that is available on the UHC e-learning academy websites aims to discuss thoroughly the UHC Act and its implementing rules and regulation. It also guides the local stakeholders in the operationalization of the law, leading to the fulfillment across all levels and sectors. The course is divided into 7 modules, adopting a blended learning with asynchronous and synchronous sessions and a pre- and post-tests. Other cooperative undertakings we are working on are the finalization of the joint memorandum circular between DOH, Bicol, PhilHealth, Bicol, DILG, Bicol, and the PhilHealth Consult accreditation of all primary care facilities, such as the RHUs or the rural health units, the CHOs or the City Health Office in the Bicol region. Letter B, another joint DOH-DILG memorandum circular is in progress on the DOH licensing of all government PCF in the region. These circulars hope to fulfill the UHC goals in ensuring that only safe and quality primary care services are being delivered to every Filipino, as the PCF will now be regulated and henceforth must comply with the licensing and accreditation standards and requirements set by the Department of Health and PhilHealth. Letter C, we also requested these 2 agencies to assign or designate a UHC point person to facilitate smooth communication. Letter D, this June, we crafted another JMC, enjoining all local government units to adopt the Bicol Regional HCPN guidelines. All these projects and activities were done for the first semester this year. We will have lots of work to do for the remaining semester of 2021. But so far, we have come up with these plans and activities. A, DOH Bicol also aims to persist the remaining provinces in the region, the non-integration sites. In this regard, we plan to orient all LCs on UHCIRR, or the remaining provinces, to make them familiarize with its provisions. Letter B, we also plan to public and disseminate the Bicol Regional HCPN Referral Guidelines booklet and the directory to the health facilities. Other activities for lineup are the following: training of trainers for learning and development of human resources for health of LGUs. Orientation on UHC information system that is set in the third quarter of 2021, and to continue disseminating policies for the integration, including the institutionalization of DRRMH in province-wide health systems to the integration sites and DRRMH advocacy kit. These booklets for the institutionalization of healthcare provider networks in the provinces will be published. UHC is a progressive leap that we have made as we continue to hurdle the crisis we are experiencing for the past year. Thank you, and we hope that you will continue supporting our endeavors to truly achieve universal health care. Please stay safe and healthy. Adhere to be the plus solution and the minimum public health standards so that we can together stop COVID-19 and smoothly realize UHC. Just mobiles po sa Indogabos.